Dear friends, today we will show here the quick play of movie Mrs. Chatterjee vs. Norway. This movie is about the Indian mother who lost her children to the Norwegian childcare system for more than 1 year and then fought back to each system to get them back. At the beginning we can see that some officers are taking one child with them and a mother is running. So the movie starts with this suspense. Actually, Norwegian authority is keeping eye on an Indian family due to some complaints that the Indian parents might have lack of efficiency to take care of their children and they might have been some cases of child abuse. They began to inspect the family for few months with the goal of getting the actual scenario what is happening and then finally make a decision based on that whether they will take the kids to a foster home or let them stay with their parents. At the beginning of the review process they started with guiding the mom with some small changes and tips, and they also took notes when they felt that mom or dad is doing something wrong with the baby or towards the baby. After spending few weeks like that, the day of final inspection comes and they come with their senior officer to the house and decide to take their children away from them and put them in a foster home. On the first hearing of the case, the child welfare decides to give the children back as the Indian lawyer convinced the authority that there have been some cultural differences, and which is totally fine as every country has their own norms and ways to do things differently. So it is very unwise to take such a big decision to separate the children from their family based on few things like mama is feeding their child with hands and children are sleeping together with the parents, etc. But the childcare authority do not accept this verdict and decides to go to higher court for challenging this, and they also remove the Indian lawyer from the case, saying that he become emotionally attached to the case, which is not acceptable from the lawyer. For that reason different lawyer comes in for representing the family in court. During the hearing in some occasions the mom gets scolded as she wants to say something without taking the permission from the court. The lawyer also warns the mother that she shall refrain from saying something without permission and also in such languages that the court does not understand. In the higher court the child care authority persuade the judges, showing some videos wherein shows that the mom is trying to punish the child by locking him into a room. But the reality is that the mom was trying to save the kid from injury, as in the room one glass utensil broke and the kid might get hurt, maybe even get severely injured if he gets into the room. So the mom was not trying to punish the kid due to some behavior, she was rather trying to save him from the danger that might have happened if he entered the room. Seeing this kind of videos and the behavior of the mother in the court decides against the family and in favor of foster home for the children. By the meantime some other family living in Norway says that the Norwegian Child Authority is using the family in an abusive manner, and they normally target the families having immigration background as it is easy to take the children away from them. And told her to take some other actions like involving Indian government to help them. After hearing this from fellow Indian family the mom decides to convince the father so that he can take some actions to release their children from the childcare family. But the father do not agree to do so, as the citizenship application was going on from the father's side and he was afraid that this kind of actions may have some negative consequences to that application. As the father refuses to help the mom decides to take an unlawful action to reunite the family, which is stealing the kids from the foster family and go to Sweden with them. After she decides to do so, she get prepared and go to the foster house where her children were kept. After going there she makes some sound which is familiar to the elder child, and the elder one answer with the similar sound, and that's how the mother knows the location of her baby. She collects both of her babies and starts her journey towards Sweden and successfully reach the border of Norway and Sweden. But unfortunately she get caught while stepping to Swedish border due to the notification that she was trying to escape the country with stolen children even though the children belongs to her. This incident give a big opportunity to the Childcare Authority of Norway to say that the mother is mentally unstable and unable to raise the children, which is why they shall not give them back to the parents. Besides, as the escaping from a country is a crime, and on top of that she tried to escape after stealing the kids, she would face deportation from Norway. During the hearing of her deportation case the Childcare Authority tried to prove that the mother is mentally unstable and it would be unwise to return the kids to her during the deportation. Which means that mother has to leave alone, keeping the children behind. In the meantime, Indian government was signing a treaty with Norwegian government, and the mother reaches there to describe her situation and asked for help from the government, and she mentioned that how can Indian government MTNE can sign any pact with the Norwegian government while an simple Indian family is being punished by the Norwegian government MTNT in name of cultural difference. Then how this culturally different nation can do business together as they are too much apart as per the Norwegian government MTNTS say. This incident come to the media, and in Indian Parliament they discuss about this issue and pressurize Norwegian government to do something so that the kinds can live with the parents again. After being pressurized by the Indian government, the childcare authority decides that they would give the children to someone else, but the mother may be some close relatives, so that the children can live in India. After hearing this, the mother asks that the children can be handed over her parents, this way they will live closer to their mother. But the authority argues that they cannot give the kids to someone older than 50 years. They can give to someone who is younger. Then the brother of her husband comes into the play, and he says that he can take the responsibility of the kids as he was aware of the gain that he was supposed to receive from the Norwegian government due to this care of the childs. At first mother do not agree to do so, as she sees that clearly her brother-in-law is not capable to handling the kids as he is unmarried and young. But the brother-in-law consults with her husband about the arrangement money that he was supposed to receive from this take care and persuade the father to convince the mother so that she sign the agreement and he can earn some money by that. After seeing that if the children are taken care by his brother, he also can have some money and his family will be able to use that money for living a better life. Father decided to influence and manage his wife so that she agrees to accept the offer and sign the treaty paper, which says that the children will be handed over to their uncle, and the Norwegian Childcare Authority will give the uncle 50 lakhs Indian rupee per year. But this treaty also includes that mother cannot go near them until they turn to 18 years. Mother was unaware about the condition of the treaty, and her husband told her that she can take her children to her palace once they arrive to India. And she only has to allow their uncle to sit beside the children during the calls with Norwegian authority. Hearing this, the mother agrees to sign the treaty and go to India like a winner. Once the children reaches to India with their uncle, the mama go to the house of his husband's brother to meet the children, but her brother-in-law refuses to let her meet the children, showing the treaty, and says that as it is written clearly in the treaty that the mother cannot go near the children's until they be 18, he cannot allow her to go near them. He also threatened her to not to go to the house again and tell her to sign the divorce paper for getting divorce from his brother. Next day she calls her husband to tell that what is happening with her, and he told that she will be able to take her children with her, but completely opposite is happening here. But her husband do not pick the phone, and she understand that she has been betrayed by her husband. In this circumstance she decides to go to the local court to get her children back. During the case processing, her husband tries to prove her mad, and the Norwegian government also tries to prove that she is unable to raise her children properly as she is jobless. After hearing all the arguments, the court decides to bring the children into the court and ask what the children wants. Seeing their mother in the chamber of the judge, the children run towards their mother, and this shows that how much the children love their mother. Seeing this, and also due to the report of child welfare in India which states that the children are not being duly taken care by their uncle and it is unsafe to keep them with him, the court decides that the children shall be given back to their mother, as it is obvious that children are most safe and happy with their mother, and in India they have all the system that is necessary to give a child standing into the society. That end the movie.